Yo, I don't know, welcome folks, and just kind of getting situated. Gonna do some more sampling. Let me zoom in as well, see if we can get this a little bit easier to see. I know the display isn't exactly easy, but here we get. A few thoughts. One, as I'm throwing stuff all over the room here. I know the OPXY by default is giving us two different drum channels, but for me, I have kind of liked having like the OPZ and how I kind of operate on the dirty wave here is doing like a drum snare slash clap hats, whether they're open, closed, cymbals kind of thing, and then like kind of a general percussion. I haven't really done that on the OPXY yet, and was thinking maybe I'll just do like some fairly quick sampling of some kits off of the OPZ, and because I know like that's also how the OPZ likes to kind of self-organize and then kind of look at how it looks. But anyway, let's kind of goof around, and it's been helpful for me to do some of these things also because it's getting me some ideas for how to organize a pretty big sample set I've been working on for the OPXY, just really sampling a lot of stuff and getting my head around how I would like to organize things. So, yeah, let's just kind of do it and see where we end up. Well, so far, oh, because I'm on the light track. Helps if I move to kicks. What else am I doing wrong here? Oh, got to switch off of USB. There we go. I don't know. Do we want to try going over USB? Might be a cleaner signal. Why not? We're here. And I've got the cable. It's kind of twisted up. So we'll give it a try. I'm pretty sure I haven't done this before, so I might need to check the device list. It does see OPZ connected. Okay. Let's see if we get audio. I knew that was going to happen. Well, we're not doing that again. That was not fun. All right, we're just going to stick with audio. I knew it was going to happen, and I did it anyway. All right. Actually, it might have been not on the USB. Anyway, whatever. I don't need to pierce out my or anybody else's eardrums today. All right, let's just do all of these. So I basically think it will be hit it, move to the next one, hold. I'll probably get faster at this. Why? I don't understand. I want... This is weird to me. Because I want to just record... Okay, let's see what the heck am I thought I was on drum. A few of these are empty, and then everything else seems to be triggering right there. Weird. Shift 1. We're on drum. Like I want to record in all of these slots. And it doesn't want to let me. Clear. Clear. Why does it keep going back there? Well, I'm going to power off and back on. See if we get anything better. And I am on the 1.013. If you haven't gotten it, definitely check it out. Oh, there we go. I might have been because I was shifted down an octave. Maybe that's what was messing us up. Let's change to this, and then we'll switch back over to drum. Now that I seem to have solved my problem. We're empty, but okay. Now we're actually moving around. Good to know. Yeah, I don't think you could get a skin like this on the OPXY. Maybe if you took the Velcro off the bottom, you could put like a nice cheat sheet on the bottom here, but I don't know. This skin is pretty handy when you're in the I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let's try this again. See if this will work. I have to hold. Okay. I'm going to have to remember to do a bunch of stuff here. Next, record, down. I feel like this should be easier. How you doing? Obey, sh. I want to say so, like a vowel on the end there, but I'm not doing it right. Obey. Maybe that's close enough. All right. Seems like we're getting there. So we get that. Do. It doesn't feel terrible to do, but it just feels inefficient. Oh, we don't need a double tap there. This is the fun. The double trigs on the OPZ are getting me a little bit. I won't miss double trigs. I'll tell you that much. Well, I do try and practice as much as I can pronouncing other people's names from other countries correctly. I do work with a pretty good amount of international folks for my day job. So I do try. The worst advice I ever got in my career, oh man, double trig again. The worst advice I ever got in my career was when it was in the late 90s and people were just starting to offshore tech work to India, and a person that was giving us like working with India training had said, if you can't pronounce somebody from India's name correctly, just ask them what their American name is, or if they don't have one, just give them one. And I was like, that sounds like terrible advice. I would much rather somebody pronounce my name incorrectly and try and pronounce it a few times, and then we can kind of work from there and like just build up that relationship versus just being like, and I don't know how to pronounce your name. Here you go. This is what you seem like a Bob, so I'm gonna call you Bob. That just feels super offensive to me, but I don't know. What do I know? So I've always tried to learn how to pronounce folks' names, whether it's from India, China. Some of them feel like tongue twisters sometimes because you just like for me, I'm sure we all have this. You only pronounce certain things a one way or another. Um, yeah, hey man, trying to do my best with the SP404 videos. Never thought I'd be making approaching 900 being created, but people keep asking like good questions, and I'm trying to just keep answering them. So do my best there. As far as the OPZ, honestly, so what I'm trying to do is I know the workflow on the OPXY when you power it on is just giving you the two drum tracks. One thing I've kind of settled on, I mean, you're kind of more motivated on the OPZ to have a kick track, a snare track, percussion track, then kind of like a sample track. And I'm basically just sampling some drum kits off of the OPZ because I've kind of settled on doing like separate tracks with the Dirty Wave M8, kind of like that, similar to the OPZ style. So I figured I'd just sample some stuff over to have like a kick track, a snare track, percussion or hats track, and then kind of a sample track, and kind of see where it goes, or if I'm pretty sure it's going to end up having a different way of programming on the OPXY versus just having some like a couple drum kits, because you're going to be able to do like you can isolate just your kicks and then have like a filter just for your kicks, and then you can do your step components that are just for kicks, and then I think it'll allow switching things out a little bit differently or easier. But it is one of the bigger differences between the OPZ and the OPXY is just kind of the default way they start you off when you load it up. So really more just I want to see how it feels versus just assuming that the right way is to have two separate, just the two drum tracks and kind of go from there. So not like anything like super amazing, but I just figured it was a quick way to, I'll say, steal some samples. I've been working on a pretty big sample set that I've been sampling a ton of stuff into the OPXY. So I'll be giving like that out for free for folks at some point. But yeah, this will just be in there as well. I'm using this as an opportunity to sample it, kind of see how it feels, and then I haven't done any drum kits yet or figured out naming. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to make there is a drums folder that you have by default, and then I don't know if I'm just going to make a kicks folder. I don't think you can do subfolders, although I haven't tried yet when you're in like the MTP to load up the file management for the XY, but I'm going to try it out. Anyway, this looks like it's done, so I want to save. Whoop, I hope I didn't just mess myself up. Make sure we got all we are missing one here. Let's go back. Maybe I skipped one. Looks like I missed that one. All right, I think we got everything. So I got to exit out of here to save. Hold this, save. I've got to get my notebook so I write down what the heck this is. All right, because I've been going through, instead of renaming on the OPXY, I've just been opening it up in MTP and then just doing it on my computer. I can type so much faster than just dialing the two knobs to adjust the name. And I don't think it would be terribly fun to watch either. So let's actually do this. I will load this in, and then we'll just go down this way and set these up as the OPZ tracks. No. Shift 1. I gotta go down to snapshots. Cool. So now we want to go to 2. We'll do Shift 1. We're going to go to drum so that we make sure we have an empty track. Did that wrong. Oh, because it already is a drum track. Right, so the thing that I found is if you just like go to something else, and I actually did find you can save external MIDI devices. So if you save it, I'm going to probably populate a bunch of external MIDI stuff. I'm going to figure out the right naming that I want to use, but I've got like, P6 and a few other things. So I'll probably make some of these just to have them in here. Give that out as well if it helps people. But yeah, if you switch over to something really quick and then come back to drums, you can get in here. So I don't know how Norns does it. So if there's a really quick way to explain, I just did it again. Okay. You don't want to do it this way because you're going to end up with something in it. You want to do Shift 1. I got to stop doing that. Shift. And I keep hitting the dot, 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 seeing this as Shift. I will program my brain to do this better. Okay. Empty drum track. We want to switch to snares. Go over here to record. We're starting. Yeah, if you didn't notice earlier, if you are on a drum track and you go down in semitones, if you're not on +0, it acts kind of weird. So just beware of that. But otherwise, it seems like it's fine. It is nice having the numbers for the number pads match because at least it gives you a little bit to kind of center your brain on. And it does do some auto normalization and chopping to trim things up. At least I found when you're doing the sampler. So if that's a problem for you, be aware that you might need to load in a sample from an external source versus recording. But definitely seems to be pretty double trigger, triple trigger. I'm telling you, I won't miss the multiple trigs. That's probably the one thing that I dislike about the OPZ the most, but I have absolutely been willing to put up with it. All right. Seems good. Let me just write this down. Move my notebook in front of me so I don't have to go so sideways. Okay. I forget what sample packs or whatever I had loaded in these, but I guess it doesn't terribly matter. Shift 1. I'm pretty sure forever I'm just gonna hit the dot 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 because my brain has been trained that that is your option. Let's see, what do you have to say? In Norns, you get a list of all letters and symbols, and you use the encoders and buttons to select. Yeah. So I'm assuming like you get like a little mini keyboard, and then you just scroll through it so you can see it faster instead of like just like the list, and you're like, oh, I think numbers come after Z, or maybe it's a dash or a parenthesis. Yeah. Like being able to see on the keyboard, and then it does help you get a bit of a sense for how fast you should turn the knob, especially if they program in like acceleration or something. So I hear you. 1. Okay. I will get used to this. Maybe we'll get a on-screen keyboard. Won't hold my breath, but Teenage engineering at least seems like they're in the listening to some people's feedback phase. I don't know whose, but like the some of the like the 1.13 or 1.0.13 certainly fixed some of the sample issues for hitting when you hit the 20-second mark, because it would sometimes fill up to 20, and it's weird because in the older firmware it would only go up to like halfway, so you'd be like, oh, maybe I can sample up to 40 seconds, and it would basically just kind of like almost like it would crash out the sampler program, and then it just wouldn't load anything in. And if you try to load in that sample, it would give you a hard time. So I didn't test everything with it, but it definitely seems like they fixed a pretty good amount of whatever was wrong there. All right. Cool. That all seems good. We'll just do we'll just do some samples here. Move to drum again, empty drum program, switch to whatever sample pack I had here, and we'll get whatever we get. And then we'll play around with it some more. Oh, I gotta remember to save that other one as well. All right. These tracks are going out to reverb and stuff, but that's fine. That is fine. All right. I've saved. I gotta save 3. Ooh, actually, I didn't even save the snares. All right. So this is hats, or no, this is percussion. We'll switch over to 2. This is snares. No, doing it wrong. Nuts. I because I've been recording so much over here, I am going to keep doing that mistake. I've been using track 8 to record in like external synth sounds. So we're going to go to 2, hold 2, then 4. There we go. 3 is snares. Then the track 4, save number 4. It saves it with a date stamp on it, and then just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's why I gotta write this down so I can get it right when I do go for the rename. 5 is OPZ samples. I know these have like names. I can go check it out in the iPhone app when I get around to it. All right. So I'm going to turn this off for now, get it out of the way. So with this, like this is going to actually make I'm curious how the punch-in effects are going to respond here. So if we go like punch in here, like nothing, really? cool. Where is it getting? Like I can hear on this one, it's picking different kicks and snares. That might be just picking different snares. That's just like shortening it. Oh, right. It's making it sound like because if I pick it at the wrong time, it's not doing the beat repeat. All right. So with hats in there, it's probably going to go nutty on hats. All right, I don't know if this is more interesting or not, but we will keep messing with it, I guess. As I said, this should make doing some of the like beat repeats and things easier, because I know like I found when I was just using the 2 tracks, you end up stacking like a kick, and it's going to have like it's frequently going to have a snare or a hi-hat on it, and that can become a problem if you just want to re-trigger the kick, for example. So having just a kick track is certainly nice, because like I can put like this in here if I want to do the step component for nth and have it do like every other time it goes through. I can now do that without having to worry about it. I know I'm sacrificing two tracks to do this, but this is like on the dirty way of M8, and you only have 8 tracks. It hasn't really bothered me too much. I'm not sure if I'll totally work this way. Oh, do I have a double tap here? Dang. Music equipment for an uneffable generation. Not quite sure what you mean, but I guess we can like go pick a scale, and I don't know why it says G sharp undefined, because I don't think I have any MIDI, any note data in so far. Try E Lydian, see if I can remember this. Load up a bass. 100% is probably too much. Thought I had like a... bit of an acoustic, almost acoustic sound. Is that impacting the drums? That's weird. Okay, I'm going to mute. I thought it wasn't supposed to impact drum tracks on this side. Let's get rid of this. We still have... Okay, get rid of that. All right, back to brain. Brain, there we go. Why is it doing that? I don't hate it. It says brain is... Oh, it's on. Not. It's on for 2 of the tracks. Ah, okay. So we can turn this on and off. That's good to know. It's actually pitching the drums, not picking a different sample. Well. Interesting. I don't know that I would do this frequently. But it is an interesting thing to know. Back to unmute these. that to be 2 and 2. You could copy by holding. Okay, it says copied. I guess maybe that's how you do it. You gotta hold it, it'll say copied, and then you have to let go and tap it. I think if you get the practice for it, you can probably create new tracks pretty quickly. While you're kind of doing breakdowns, bring stuff in, and then be able to keep the same instrument. Hey Ben, how you doing, man? And it does keep the bar length, so you gotta keep that in mind. That was off. Deleted. Make it shorter. See what we can do. see, make some new tracks for drums. We'll leave that playing. Let's see. Gotta remember to unmute so I can play it. That's in the wrong spot. Copy it. Should be good. Because we can't nudge notes across step boundaries. So I think copying is going to be the best way to get it where you want it. Well, I don't know where I'm going with this other than just kind of messing around. So I guess I'll say, I think it doesn't seem like a bad idea to make your drum tracks have one group of instruments. I know it's going to reduce how many other instruments you have, but having like a kick, snare, percussion, samples are kind of moving around to go OPZ style. I mean, I just recorded these off of the OPZ, so for arranging, I actually haven't gotten into that, man, but I know the song mode is shift in the arranger. I just don't know how you like insert stuff yet. I gotta go back. I read the manual and it explained it, and it just didn't stick with me, so I'm gonna have to go back and read it again. Because looking at this, it's not clear what I need to do. Like, I don't know what one is. I'm assuming it's probably a selection of this. I mean, you can see it says one here, but I don't know. Let's just try. I'll give it a guess. It can't be so hard. How do we... Okay, so So like we had that. Shift arranger. I don't want to do clear all. How do we get... So I see clear next. Presumably you can insert somehow. Oh, I just hit plus. It's blinking. I don't know what that means. I don't know what I did. Record. Wants to go to the step sequencer. So the cursors. Now okay, plus wants to do something. The question is just how do we get a new circle? Anybody out there played with this enough that you know how you get a new circle here to play with? I'm assuming it's not that hard. Nope, that's not doing it. Well, time to go find the manual. Let's see if I saved it. I did not save it in my manual drop yet. This can't be that hard. Got the guide loaded. Sequencer, step sequencer, project, pattern scenes. Creating a song is 12.2. Let's see if 12.2 has the magic for us. Well, now I'm in section 14. I went too far. 12. To create a song, start by sequencing the various tracks. Use the arranger to create new patterns or copy and modify existing patterns. Switch between the scenes and compose patterns into the section of your song. Once you have a few scenes you are happy with, you start to arrange. The importance of saving. Cool, but that doesn't tell me... how to get a new song. That just changes tracks, which is what I would expect. Cursor, I get what it's doing because it's similar to what the SP404 Mark II does. It's like we want to create a new scene here. I don't know. I'm trying to take a stab in the dark here. Can't be shift bar, can it? No. Has something to do with this. It's got to. And there's an entire chapter that's not written in the manual yet for 13. So I wouldn't be shocked if it has something to do with that. Step component. I'm just going back to the manual. Step sequencing, sequencer, linking tracks, track button, modules, main. Adding chords. Just to change it to something different here. I'll go back. bar player, tempo, projects, samples. Manual's not coming up with anything good for me here. Main mode. I don't think they've written it yet. Or it's in the manual and I just can't find it. You can't search through this, at least on the web version of it. Chapter 7. Step sequencing is not it. Step components is not it. Players, not it. Project is not going to be it. Rename, save, create, configure doesn't help. Tempo. Workflow. So we just need to know how you create, because you can create 99 scenes. How do you create a new scene? It skips, I think it just skips from like telling you that you need to make a scene to the instrument section. All right, I'm Googling how to create a scene. Maybe somebody's written something here. Time to watch an hour stream here to figure it out. OPXY. Somebody just says, then create a new scene. How do you do that? Scene. Electronauts maybe has something. Tons of good information, but I can't find, I'm just missing how to make a scene here. Because if I just do new here, it's just going to create another pattern for whatever track I'm on. Something weird like shift record. No, that would be undo. Shift play. Shift project? No. There's new copy and paste. Like these are all. I don't think I can undo that, but just created a blank pattern that I don't need. Push down on some of these? No. Oh. Like, I feel like I just need that one piece of information and I can get this to work. Hoping somebody would say OPXY create scene over on Electronauts and nothing. New scene. people talking about it, the number that you get, not how to do it. Darn. Well, I'm gonna drop here. I gotta get some stuff taken care of, but yeah, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. Then peace.